Demand more. Get Allmax.
Hey guys, it's Jeff Curran. I am joined alongside by Diehl and Felice Herrig, another Allmax sponsored athlete. And what we're going to be doing over the next 5 months is talking to you about the top 5 submissions in MMA. So we're talking about the rear naked choke, and again, one of the most effective, one of the most popular submissions of all time, and definitely one of the most sought after moves in mixed martial arts. So Felice has Joey's back. We're going to talk to you about the mechanics of the move first, and later on we'll talk about some ways to actually set the technique up. So to understand the way the choke works, we have a blood choke, which cuts off the blood supply to the brain. That would be by the sides of the neck. So if you were to squeeze the sides of your neck or have somebody do this for you, you'll eventually start to feel lightheaded. Well, when you attack the front of the neck, you're attacking the wind, or the direct supply, wind supply into your lungs. So when you combine the two, it creates sort of like a noose effect, where you're cutting off the blood supply and you're cutting off the wind supply. And that's what we're going to attempt to do when we do the rear naked choke, or the mate leon, which is translated into the lion killer. So Felice is going to put her right hand around Joey's neck, always trying to line up your elbow with his chin. So you create this center line here with her elbow. That allows for her forearm and her bicep to pinch off the sides of his neck and creating the kind of attacking the blood supply. And then with her other hand, she's going to grab her bicep with her right hand, no thumb. That means all 5 fingers together, cupping on the bicep here like this. And then her left hand is behind Joey's head. So this is going to give her the ability to create a leverage. And as she shrugs her shoulders, she's going to be applying choke straight to the front and to the sides of both of Joey's neck. Now, one detail that she's doing here, you can see she puts her head to Joey's head. That protects her hand from him being able to reach back and peel it to escape the technique. Okay, so let's look at this again from the beginning a few times. Okay, so right arm deep around the chin, elbow in line with the chin. Grab the bicep, tuck the hand behind the head to head, glue your head. She's gluing her head to Joey's head, making sure that her hand is protected and he's not able to reach back and peel that off, which is going to be one of his only ways to escape this technique. Okay, and then she's going to shrug her shoulders, squeeze, and make her partner tap out. One more time. Deep, bicep, head to head, closing it off right here. Can't get any space, and squeeze. Good. All right. Okay, one last detail on applying the actual technique. As you saw, Felice did a really good job lining her elbow up with his chin. I like to always make sure that when my arm bends, it's actually going to be binding on the neck. So I try not to have my arm bent when my arm first goes around the neck. I want to kind of get my right bicep against his neck, and then I pinch. So I get that neck nice and deep in the pocket here of my elbow. If I go around and I'm bent too soon, a lot of times this happens when you have longer arms and the person has a thinner neck, and you bend your arm, you end up with no leverage. You end up with a little bit of a gap in the bend of your elbow. So I go deep, and then I get a nice bite. Then I grab my bicep, hide my hand, head to head, shrug. Make him sample. Alright, now we're going to talk about a setup. Setting up the rear choke, or one of the most common ways for me to catch this technique, or anybody to catch this technique, is when I'm maintaining the mount position. I've been raining down with punches, or possibly the person that I'm mounted against just isn't familiar with being caught in this position. So their natural reaction is to turn, table up, try to get to their hands and knees, and try to stand up. And when this happens, they're going to fall right into my trap. So I'm going to talk you through it, and then we're going to watch Felice and Joey do this drill real speed. Okay, so I'm in a mount position. My knees are wide, my hands are wide, I have a good base. For whatever reason, the person on the bottom's reaction is to start trying to turn and roll. I need to relax, and I need to let him roll. You notice right now, I'm in the same position I was when he had his back to the floor. The difference is he can't see what's happening, which is great for me. Okay, it's very dangerous for him, especially if I was going to be punching him. But more importantly, rather than hurting my hands in the back of his head, I'm going to be looking for a submission hold. So from here, from the same base, as he makes an attempt to get up, my hooks go in. You'll notice back here with my hooks, I'm basically just squatting on him. My hooks are in the back of his, on the insides of his thigh, and just kind of resting there. They don't need to squeeze, do too much right here. And I backed myself up, so I'm not hanging very high here. My head is in line with his head. I look to the side. I get that bite around his neck. I grab my bicep, and I stretch my legs up the back. Now he has no defense, and I make him tap right there. One more time. Here, he starts to turn. He builds up. My hooks go in, and I back myself up. Deep around the neck. Bicep. Now I stretch my legs out the back. I go straight and bring my weight forward against his neck. Squeeze. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to watch, we're going to do this drill live, which means we're going to do real speed, but still emphasizing the technique and the positional details. And go. Very good. One more time. A little faster. Go. Good up. Great. And switch partners. Now Felice is going to be the bad guy or the bad girl in this case. Joey's mounted on top of the bad girl. She's going to make an attempt to escape. Go. She builds up. The hooks go in. Joey went with the left hand. Perfect. Let's see one more. Effective. That's what we're looking for when we talk about submissions. We're looking for submission holds that will make our partner tap out. They make the choice that they're losing. And one thing I want to emphasize is the safety details of any kind of submission hold, especially a choke, because you could be applying it slowly and working on your technique, and your partner's hands are trapped and they don't have the ability to tap out, and or they just don't feel it coming, and the next thing you know, they're sleeping. These are effective submission holds. We started with the rear choke this month, and see what next month brings.